on Niyams, one of the components of Ashtanga Yoga. At the onset, it would be my great pleasure to thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to talk a little bit on yoga on this International Yoga Day. I'm thankful to you organizers. And I also express my deep sense of gratitude to Maharshi Patanjali, who has laid very strong and powerful foundation in this Bharatvarsh. We all are greatly indebted to him. His principles, his philosophy is eternal, no geographical boundaries. So I dedicate this small speech to Maharshi Patanjali with complete humility. So niyams are the guidelines for individual behavior. They belong to the second sadhana path, Ashtanga Yoga, one of the components of Ashtanga Yoga, the second anga of Ashtanga Yoga, and they are precisely the guidelines for individual behavior. How an individual should behave in a society as a single human being, as a unit of the society. There are 5 niyams: Shaucha, Santosh, Tapa, Swadhyay, and Ishwar Prem. Let's take a very quick overview of them one by one. The first one is Shaucha. Shaucha is cleanliness. When we think about cleanliness, cleanliness is what? The physical cleanliness, the clean body, clean clothes, clean house, clean surrounding, clean environment. Yes, true. That is needed, very much needed. But Patanjali goes much more beyond this. Cleanliness, cleanliness of the heart, cleanliness of the chitta, cleanliness of the mind. Physical cleanliness can be attained by doing Shuddhi Kriyas, Shat Karma, and so on. One can also get strength, physical strength, by doing asanas and so on. But what we mean here by Shaucha is the purity of heart, the purity from within inside. There is no scope within our heart, within our chitta, within our mind for any kind of negative thoughts. No negative thoughts, no negativity. Completely pure, as clear, as crystal clear, like the flow of water. Let it be so transparent, that so clean, that it is a complete reflection of your mind. And it is said that whatever is pure is perfect, and it is very powerful. So when your mind is pure, when you are pure from within inside, from your chitta, automatically you will have the mental strength to face any of the challenges that come across. So Patanjali really here means Shaucha, cleanliness of mind. Make your heart, make your chitta clean by all the time thinking about the positive thoughts. No room for any kind of negativity. And these positive thoughts are not only just for oneself, for individuals, for everybody, whomsoever comes in contact, any individual who comes in our mind. So that is what is Shaucha. The next one is Santosh. Santosh is happiness, contentedness. Generally, we find happiness in worldly affairs, material gains, fame, authority, money, power, etc. Again, nothing wrong in finding happiness. But what happens sometimes that while getting this happiness, sometimes in the process, we become overambitious. Then we start finding the happiness here, there. We become helter-skelter, and then we become entangled into the loop of rat race. Ambition, more gain, more material gain, that gives rise to all kinds of bad kleshas. Avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, jealousy, overambitiousness, what all? Everything, and then that is the root cause of most of the psychosomatic disorders of the modern lifestyle. Now here when we say about santosh, being happy, being contented, again, the santosh, the ananda, the happiness is again within inside us. In the bargain of being overambitious, of being running behind the material gains, we forget to see the happiness around us. Happiness is there in the smile of a small child. Happiness is there in the smile, the gentle smile, in the smile of a 90 years old grandmother. She may not be having teeth in her mouth, but her hasya, her smile is so cute, so nice. So happiness is something which is to be searched, which is to be found. Happiness is around us everywhere. Happiness is there in the nature, in the Mother Earth, around us, in every human being to whom we meet. So happiness is within, inside. It's there in our antaratma, in our chitta. We forget to find. And then we run behind all the unnecessary things out of our overambitiousness, out of sometimes rat race, competition, and so on. So, santosh is manaprashamanaha. Make your mind cool. Santosh can be attained by chitta prasad. Make your chitta happy by maitri karuna mudita upeksha sukha dukha punya open. Make your mind happy, contented by vitarka badhane pratipaksha bhav. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Santushtas satatam yogi yatatma dudha nishtayaha mayyarpita manobuddhir yo madbhaktas same priya. Who is santushta, who is happy from within, inside, that bhakta is priya to me. I like that.
Can you raise your volume a bit, Pratibha?
Sure. Actually, my volume is to the maximum. Maybe I'll raise my voice a little bit. Okay, thank you, sir. Is it okay now? Am I audible?
Yeah, that's fine. Now come nearer. That's all.
Okay. So that is what is santosh. Try to find this santosh from within, inside our atma, from the chitta, from the mind. So, santosh, shauch is santosh, tapa. Tapa can be interpreted in tapa is finance, tapa is heat. Here, Maharshi Patanjali wants to say tapa is hard work. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to do, there is no substitute to hard work. Do your duties through all the possible efforts. Bring out your potential to the maximum. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Whatever karma has been allotted to you by birth or whatever, do it with your full ability. Apply your skill to the fullest. Bring out your potential fully. and do hard work, and there is no substitute for it. And yes, while doing this hard work, be happy again. But when it says hard work, it is not that one should sit lazily, one should be being happy, contented, santosh, and then, okay, I'm happy, whatever no, doing hard work. So, tapa, swadhyay, ishwar, pranidhan, these three niyams, these three rules belong to Kriya Yoga, yoga in action. So, do action, do karma, whatever karma is being allotted to you. See, our philosophy gives us lot of freedom to choose the karma. One can do karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, all are equally important. Do it to the fullest, to the maximum, with complete honesty and due sincerity. That is what is tapa. And for this, next is swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is self-study. Now, this self-study is a continuous learning, and learning is an all-time, lifetime process, continuous process. Throughout the life, it goes on. Swadhyaya, self-study. This Swadhyaya can be done by reading good books, scriptures, listening to the scholarly lectures, attending satsanga, and thereby pave a way for your own spiritual enlightenment. Do Swadhyaya, do self-study, and it is a nirantar process, continuous process, lifelong process. So, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishwar Pranidhan. Finally, Idam Namama. This Ishwar, the supreme power, is the greatest. And I offer everything, all the fruits of my karma, and everything, all the blessings, all whatever I am today is because of the blessings of this supreme power. So I offer everything to the Almighty God, Ishwar Pranidhan. For Patanjali, Ishwar is Purusha Vishesh. It is Omkar. So Omkarja could be one way of Ishwar Pranidhan. Let's offer everything to Almighty God. And finally, lastly, after following the Kriya Yoga and also by following all the individual rules, guidelines for behavior, individual behavior, Shaucha Santosha Tapas Swadhyay Ishwar Pranidhan, Patanjali says, Samadhi Bhavanartha Kleshatano Karanarthascha. After doing this Kriya Yoga, one can reduce one's afflictions. And that is the way of spiritual enlightenment. When we follow it, this with due sincerity, honestly, we automatically pave the way to Antaranga Yoga. So, this Bahiranga Yoga, if followed nicely, properly, sincerely, will automatically will take us successfully to Antaranga. And that is what is in short about niyams. Thank you very much, organizers. Again, I would just conclude by saying what Swami Vivekananda said, that every human being is potentially a divine soul. So let's understand, let's realize, let's identify this divinity amongst all of us, which is there in our antaranga, antaratma, chitta, mind. Thank you very much. I once again bow down. Stay fit, stay healthy, stay safe. Namo.
Thank you, Pratibha ji. We do have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could stay on. So
Yeah, sure.
it's regarding Swadhyaya.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that it is a 24/7 affair of learning.
Yeah.
So the question is from the group. So how about learning during the sleep time? So how do we apply the Swadhyaya
Okay.
during
Okay.
the sleep time?
Okay. Okay. We are all aware about the famous story of Abhimanyu, also in recent times, Niranjanananda. So, if we get deep sleep, and we have 4 stages: Jagruti, Swapna, Sushupti, and the last one. So, in the deep sleep, if we have a very sound sleep, and if we think about all the nice, good scriptures or whatever, all the good thoughts, positive thoughts, they get automatically rooted. It's like farming. Shuddha bija foti phale rasa gomati. That means if the beach is shuddha, pure, mind is pure, heart, and if the thoughts that are sowed are pure, good, then also you will be awakened. You will be in the swapnavastha also, in the during sleeping time also, we will be getting all the good thoughts, and that will give us knowledge. And that will be a kind of a learning. We know about Abhimanyu during his garbha, when he was in the, even though he was his mother's garbha, he learned the Chakravyuha, how to enter the Chakravyuha. Unfortunately, he did not know. He only learned half. He did not know how to come up with Chakravyuha. So it is possible, but it needs quite a lot of sadhana. It is not so very easy, continuous, sustained, a full sadhana. It's not so very easy for any common lay person.